Morning, folks. Welcome to my live broadcast number 323. And this time around, we're broadcasting live from Quakers Hill, Sydney, Australia. It's now 5:45 in the morning, and we're reaching to somewhere around 26 degrees this time of the morning. We expect it to around 40 degrees by 3 o'clock. And with all the bushfires so close by, the temperatures doesn't take long to get up that high. So I'm sure most of the world knows that New South Wales, and not only New South Wales, a lot of the bush areas in Australia having a hectic time trying to keep those bushfires under control. Anyway, it's New Year's Eve, and my name is Keith Peel, and I'm addressing the Billion community. Now, just looking at the blog, there's not a lot of there. That is good news. But I'm going to go straight to the blog, and I've actually started broadcasting earlier than what I had marked down. So we'll just go and share. We're just going to share the screen right now, and put that on. Put the share screen on, and put a bit of a makeshift table here, folks. So, okay, right. We're going to have a look at this this thing here. Right, we've got here written right here. Special edition, December 23rd. And in Australia is now December 24th, New Year's Eve. 2019 Send Button meeting starts soon. As we move towards our new mass adoption team promotion starting on January 1st, 2020, we need to revisit our current reality of options for humanity. Okay. And I'll just open that section up, continue read option A, allow, just open it up. There we go. Okay. As for option A, allow the current world financial system to collapse. How will this happen? When we look back at this moment historically, we will agree that the collapse of the Deutsche Bank began the collapse of the entire world financial system. So you go into that blog that's highlighted there, read for the detail. I won't bother going into those highlighted areas. Can you imagine what happens when all banks close all over the world and all ATMs stop spitting out money on demand indefinitely? We already have that. We've already seen that, and that was with Venezuela some months ago this year. We were showing all their fiat currency in the street because it was worthless. Now that's slowly moving around the world, and very soon it'll reach your part of the world. So within weeks of this collapse and the fall of all central banks worldwide, blood will be running like rivers down the streets of every city in the world. It fits perfectly worldwide in the elite's plan of massive world depopulation. Most likely you will die during the early part of option A. I hope I have your attention to how serious the situation is, regardless of how ignorant you may be about geography. Option B. This seems to be the current direction we are heading now. The gold-backed system is erected before a global financial collapse happens. In one way, this will give the collapse a soft landing, and considering the alternative, every government in the world will support this kind of transition. So, how much gold you own and hold right now? Most of you would have to admit that other than a wedding ring, you don't have any gold. So, you are dollars minus percent. If option B happens, it is an undeniable that 1% own 99% of all the wealth in the world today. Just look at how bad and widespread poverty is today, globally. But a gold-backed system will cement this unsustainable inequality and poverty into place, and it will become much worse everywhere for everyone. At some point, you may wish you were dead. Question is, can the powers that be keep the current system propped up long enough to complete this transaction, to have a soft landing for the collapse? Both of these options exist because of how corrupt the entire system is today. If you want a clear understanding of how corrupt the system is, just watch the movie Big Shot. I don't recommend that the host of Send Button meetings play these videos during the broadcast because the movie is copyrighted and they could get their YouTube account shut down. So viewers should come back here and watch these videos on their own. Now here are the links to the Big Short and 3 parts. So like they say, watch it in your own time. Just be careful. These 3 parts here. I'll get down to the next one. This movie is a real eye-opener. It is like a documentary of our current financial times. It's a true story. The collapse would happened in 2008, but government and central banks took over the situation and introduced massive quantitative easing. Massive quantitative easing is another word for counterfeiting. They can't keep doing that forever because every country in the world will end up like Venezuela. And that happened this year with all their fiat currency. You saw pictures of them throwing all their currency in the street. Okay, with super hyperinflation, and paper money will become worthless and tossed into the streets by the people. All they did then was kick the can down the road. Now we are right back there, only as time is much worse. Option A is breathing down our necks even as I am writing this blog post. The point I want to make is that the current financial system is completely fraudulent and corrupt to the core. Option C, TBC achieves mass adoption in 2020 before either option A or option B happens. We have no clear timeline to go by here. We just know all the signs are red hot, indicating our time to take action very short. Option C returns the birthright back to the people. In a few days from now, some of you will be worth $300 million. That is abundance, and so little as expected in return. But we here in TBC have our problems too. Our plan only works with honest people. Must have integrity and unity. Not easy things to achieve nowadays, but they are a must for us. As you can see by the recent blog post, we have a huge investigation happening right now to sort out who the true winners of Bitcoin contests are. I will pay the winners as soon as I can figure out who was honest in this last contest period. So far, we have identified our 40 top contestants that seems to be signing up fake accounts. Emails will be going out to all of them regarding this contest period. We need all of them to respond to these emails. So there you go, there 40 at the list, top of the list so far that they're going to be notifying for fraudulent means. The choice is simple for them. They can either declare themselves ineligible or fully cooperate with our investigation. Ineligible means we caught them producing fake sign-ups and they don't expect to win this contest. But it also means that they promise never to create or fake multiple accounts again, ever. Fully cooperate means they believe they are innocent and will back up all of their sign-ups with proof and documentation and have some very good answers to all of our questions. We will examine their documentation and make judgment calls on each case. If they fail to respond to our email, then we will assume they are ineligible. We would like to get all of those sorted out before our next 10 button meetings in a week from now, so that I can pay the true winners and publish the results in this blog. Obviously, I cannot pay the winners before Christmas. Let's be realistic. I have the Bitcoin to pay them all right now, but due to so much apparent fraud, we need to complete this investigation first. In the meantime, treat all of the accused with respect. Let us do our jobs. Yeah, the growing pains of TBC. We must see the truth about how important it is for us to be an honest people. Our lives depend on it literally. TBC is the best option for humanity. So let's not mess up this option, okay? No matter what happens, happy holidays to you all. That is the total blog today, folks. And what I'm going to do is stop sharing. So there you have it. There's a lot of fraudulent, 40 names on the list so far. They still yet to send out the emails. They're to either respond to the emails or fall away from TV. That's the easiest thing about it. But how do you treat people like that who've been caught outright with respect? I don't think a lot of people. And I feel sorry for those countries those people belong to, because those countries from here on out will always be looked at sideways. So right now we come into a bit of daylight. We started off the daylight creeping in. Now it's fully daylight out here. It's around 5 to 6 in the morning. And thank you, folks, on this Christmas Eve. Over in most other parts of the world, it's still the 23rd of December. Here in Australia and New Zealand, it is the 24th of December, which is Christmas Eve. So I bid you all a Merry Christmas and have a happy holiday until 1 week away on our next week's broadcast. So have a great week and be merry on Christmas Day. Thank you so much. All right.